All right, Ward, your box has arrived with your watch. So we're going to go ahead and get you unpackaged here so we can see how things look on our way in. All right, great looking watch. So let's see. Okay, looking very good here. Get a little closer. All right. Okay, so first impressions are really good. Nice original engraved bracelet here. That's cool to see. It looks like it's running, which is good news. It's always a good place to start, having a running watch. Okay. So, first thing I want to do, I always try and wind them a little bit when they arrive and check the numbers to make sure that we're not starting in a terrible way. So let's take a look here together. Where your watch is, straight out of the box. Okay, so this again is not a full wind, I'm sure, but I mean you're losing some time, right? So this is your rate here. This is how much time per day. This is the amplitude. This should be around 230 to 250, somewhere in that range. Beat error is, we can always manage that. The thing I really look for is the cleanliness of these lines and how well things are moving, because that reflects the quality of the balance, for example. So I'm going to put a little more power into your mainspring and see if we can bring the numbers up just a touch. You usually get a little power spike. Okay, so it is what it is. It's a watch that needs service, as you know, and overall looks pretty good. Okay, so what I'd like to do now is just go ahead and open up the watch and take a closer look at some of the components. We can see here through the crystal, which looks pretty good. I'm not sure if that's an original, but it does look very clean. You have a few minor scratches here. If it's not original, it may be worthwhile to go ahead and replace it. But I'll leave that up to you, of course, however you'd like to proceed. But we definitely have crystals in stock, so that's easy. All right, so let's just get the bracelet opened up a little bit so we can have access. Okay. Nice original style bracelet. Okay. Sometimes it's a bit of a challenge to get them open. Well, before we do that, let's go ahead and just look at the state of the dial. Do a quick assessment here, and then I'll go ahead and put it on the machine and we'll get it opened up. Okay. So the dial itself, these Pogue style watches are the yellow-faced 6139 6000s. They often suffer from this patination on the gold face. Your rotating ring is nice. It's not faded badly. You have some hazing on all of your hands. It looks like there's been a little bit of moisture. You can see the condensation marks on your hands. I can try just a little bit to clean those up, and I think it's worthwhile. You have really nice lume everywhere, so it looks quite original. It's nice to see original sweep. I'm pretty sure it's going to be original. I'm going to reset it here in just a moment when it gets closer to the 0 or 12 o'clock point. Your minute recording hand looks very good. It looks very original in the sense that there's lots of grime and good good stuff around the crystal and the bezel. So overall, I'd say this watch has probably not seen much service. You've got a stuck pusher here, so okay. So we're not going to reset anything at the moment before we take a look at that pusher. Okay, so again, this is a 1975 October watch. Oh, all right. I'm going to go put this on the machine, and I'll get the case back open. So somebody has definitely tried their hand at opening this up in the past. You can see this gouge here, but that's okay. No big deal. So I see a couple service marks. One looks like 1976, perhaps 276. Sometimes you can't read too much into these numbers. And there's another one here that says J2426 I84. So who knows? But certainly it's been serviced, so it's gotten some attention in the past. You've got very, very stiff seal here. It's almost plastic at this point. It just breaks away into pieces. So that's okay. We'll get that taken care of. New seal. Interestingly, I don't know if you can see this, but there's some definite radial marking here on your back of your case, and I don't think that comes from perhaps maybe a screw was loose at some point and got caught between your oscillating weight here and your case back, but not sure. Anyway, I don't see anything loose at the moment, but overall movement looks very clean. A little bit of hazing, but your screw heads show some cleanliness. Your balance seems to be operating, at least to first glance, fairly well. Don't see any actual lubrication under your jewel here. No, it's a little hazy, so it's hard to say. Overall, it's a movement that needs service. So I think this will be straightforward. This pusher needs to be, of course, pushed back out so we can reset things. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay. So that'll release that component, and there it's out. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see if we can take this off. Yeah, so that seal right there on your gasket for your pusher, those things turn into plastic, and then they're very hard to move around. And you get some grime and grit in here. Yeah, overall though, looks really nice. So let's take a really close look at your dial. I'll go ahead and decase the movement. There we go. Okay. So, like we had said, some haziness here on the surface of the hands. Definitely some. That's a very interesting. Yeah, that's pretty typical. Those types of intrusions into the paint in the lacquer that's on the surface here. You get these black dots on the surface. It's not to me that just shows that it's nice and original, and it's a watch that's pretty honest. So overall, you got a nice clean watch here. Case has never been polished, which is nice to see. You've got all your original case lines. A lot of brushing still left on the surface. So, a good place to start. You got, your crown's complete, your stem's complete, you've got your gear. Everything is where you want it to be in the watch. Everything seems to be working, functioning as it should. I think this is going to be straightforward service. So I'll send you this video, and we'll get started and get your watch back to you. Okay, thank you so much. Just one thing before I go, I want to just give you a sense of what this mainspring arbor situation is here. Oh boy, that is super loose. Okay, so just to kind of give you a sense of the kind of extra work that we're going to do, which is necessary on these watches, is this mainspring barrel. It should be very secure and no flexure at all in that. But you've got some wearing. I can see it here at the top. It's just one of those things. This series of watch movements from Seiko really just needs that done as a matter of course. So we'll do that and we'll get you up to 100%. Okay, thanks a lot.